This is the story of Curtis the Curlew and his epic migration from Russian Siberia to the shores of Roebuck Bay in Broome. Curtis's story, The Shorebird Quest, was set on the mudflats of Roebuck Bay at low tide. Curtis and the creatures from the bay were brought to life with the use of giant, illuminated puppets and live music. The show was conceived to highlight concerns about habitat loss for Broome's shorebirds along their international flyway. The star of the show, Curtis, is an eastern curlew, which is now listed as critically endangered.
The eastern curlew is probably the most charismatic of the shorebirds in the bay. It's the biggest, so it's the most visible. It has a ridiculously long down-curved bill. There's another one called a whimbrel that has a down-curved bill that's long as well, but that's just a long down-curved bill. This is ridiculous.
My name is Curtis, I'm a load of scenes. I don't know if I got family, but...
The giant puppets were like a huge team effort, basically. We had a lot of people working on them. A lot of, people who'd never made giant puppets before who came in and were part of the workshops and learnt how to build in different ways. I guess the trickiest thing was that we had to start rehearsals 2 weeks into the making. So people were rehearsing with the puppets. The puppets were skeletons, essentially. They were just frames with the movable parts. And gradually, as the weeks went by, see them suddenly they've got a new head attachment, and suddenly they've got a beak, and suddenly they've got this and that. Now they've got skin, and now they've got lights. And the way they came together in teams was incredible.
Yeah, I'm a polykeep. We may never meet.
The music for the Shorebird Quest was written in response to the storyline for the most part. The scripting session happened first, and then the music was written after that. And the benthic boogie was really important to me because it was, I think in the message of shorebird conservation, one of the most important things, or possibly the most important thing, is the idea that mud is intrinsically valuable. Because it's mudflat reclamation, taking what we never actually really owned as land from the sea and making it into land, and in that process completely destroying habitat and losing all of the benthic life that the shorebirds feed on and need to feed on their major stopovers in the Yellow Sea, means that we've had a massive crash in the population of these species.
I'd say the key message that came along from the Shorebird's Quest was the importance of the mudflats and how we need to protect them, and showing that it's not just mud out there, it's invertebrates, it's birds, it's all a wide array of animals and sea life that exist out there that rely on us to protect them. As a ranger and as a Yarra person, it's our job to be custodians of the area and taking care of the mudflats and Roebuck Bay and all Yarra country.
Shorebird conservation is very much an international effort. You need to have all of these different cultures, especially in our flyway where we're so diverse, to communicate and to work together for a common goal. And maintaining the ecological and cultural integrity that is in Roebuck Bay is such an important thing to the survival of these species.